Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans by fans, with your hosts, Jessy Martin.
Because 90% of them are wrong. They're fucking wrong.
Max Taman.
You've got a plate of shit and you've got a bowl of shit. They're the same thing.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah.
John Taman.
What the hell was I talking about?
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taman.
That's me, the world's worst podcast host. I'm going to be the world's worst podcast host, since that's what we've all decided that I am. And you know, it's not even that anybody's trying to pick on me by saying that, because I made it up myself. And the fact of the matter is that I'm the worst person to be the host, because I should be the person over on the side making snide comments. But be that as it may, here I am as the host of this wonderful Bleeding Burgundy podcast, picks the NFL for the Week 5 show. Gentlemen, how are we today? Oh, I'm on the wrong side here, so I wouldn't know which way to point. So let's see here. There's my friend Jessy from Southeastern Virginia. How you doing? You're feeling better? Apparently not.
Can't hear you.
He's deaf.
I can't hear Jessy at all.
Nope, me either. Boy, it was working.
Because my mic is muted.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
All right.
I'm here.
All right. How about you, Scott Hartley? How are you today?
Yeah, very good, mate. Yeah, looking forward to this as always. It's I enjoy this one every week, so yeah, looking forward to it, mate.
All right. Well, I figure, I said anybody that comes in here today is going to have some fun, and I'm really not up in the mood for some fun. I'm watching Penn State over one eye here. They're kicking the shit. They're winning this game big time over UCLA. It's kind of fun, watching an Eric Bieniemy offense get thrown around. But
they said in that broadcast that Eric Bieniemy was a master offensive designer or something like that.
Really? Yeah. A master designer.
Wow.
It was something outrageous.
Right. Yeah. He would design a ship that would sink the second it left port. I mean, just straight to the bottom of the harbor. All right. Anyway, so we might as well just jump right into it. Let's go to the Big Embossed Book. Scott, what have you got here from last week? How did we do?
The Big Embossed Book is here, and last week we'll go through the scores. Jessy, you got 7 correct. John, you got 10 correct. Max got 6, and I got 8. So that's a win chalked up for John this week.
That's right, boy.
Get them in there. We'll go through the bets then for the week. So, Jessy, you had 100 on the over for Saints versus Atlanta, which gave you 195.24. You had 100 on Minnesota straight win, gave you 222. 50 on LA to cover, gave you 93.48. 50 on the over for LA Rams versus the Chicago Bears gave you 92.37. 100 for the Tampa Bay win straight, that was 196.15. And then you had laying the points for Detroit, 50 on that gave you 93.48. Your totals down were 1,050 and your returns were 892.72. A loss on this week of 157.28. John.
Yes.
Parlay Central. You seem to be the guy with the most at the moment. You went for a Jamar Chase, a Chase Brown, and a Chuba Hubbard anytime touchdown. 100 on that was a 5-1 shot, gave you 600. An over for the new. You get same bet as Jessy, over New Orleans versus Atlanta, 195.24. 50 on the over Minnesota Green Bay gave you 93.48. 50 on the over Pittsburgh versus Indianapolis gave you 97.62. 50 on the over LA Rams versus the Chicago Bears, that was 92.37. 50 on the over Tampa Bay Philadelphia, 94.37. You also took Tampa Bay plus the points, that was 93.48. And anytime George Kittle and Mason touchdown, 50, that was 185 returns. San Francisco laying the points of 10.5 gave you 97.62, and then you did 50 on laying the points. Detroit versus Seattle was 93.48. Your totals down were 1,250, returns 1,642.72, giving you a profit of 392.72. Max, he was very, very coy on the betting, as he is every week. Was a B-Rob over 68.5, 50 on that, gave him 168.20. And Mike Evans, anytime touchdown, 50 was 146.70. His totals down was 225. His returns were 314.90, giving him an $89.90 profit. For me, it wasn't a good week, but 150 on Minnesota for the win gave me 333. 50 for Tampa Bay plus the points was 93.48. I got a Marvin Harrison Jr., a B-Rob, and a Terry touchdown. 50 gave me 564. My totals down were 900. My returns were 990.48, so a profit of 90.48. So the scores on the doors going into week 5 is John with 2 wins, Jesse with 1 win, me with 1 win, and the bets, it's John with 2 and Jesse with 1.
Scott, your profit this week was $98.
Where's my parlay for Terry, B-Rob, and Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Did you put that on as well?
Yep.
If you
Sure
did,
did.
I apologise.
Boy,
You went
Scott,
B-Rob,
you're the
B-Rob, Terry. You went B-Rob, Terry, and Marvin Harrison.
Yes.
Same as me.
The easiest bookie I've ever seen. Did you really? Okay, well, here's your money.
I will look back. I know. I will look back at that.
It was just a 50 burger on it.
Was it a 50? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's chalk that up now. Sorry, mate. I must not have wrote that down. I wrote it down for myself. I have actually got it written down there. I missed it. So apologies. I will add that on now. Yes,
that
that
is a
is
big one.
Yes, it was. What did I got the same one. So for 50 was 564. So if we add 564 onto your total, that will give you a profit of 397.28. So the winner actually is John by $4. John's won by $4.
You should have saw John's face right before you announced the winner.
I was trying to think of a quick bet that I could say, hey, Scott, I bet on this one.
John won by $4.
I put $100 out on this one. Oh, man.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, $4.52. Well done, John.
That's right.
It's all right.
Come down to the wire.
We're in the black, so it's all good. It's all good.
I like George
we are.
Washington, so I got $4 bills and 2 quarters. And then, of course,
Exactly that.
2 Lincolns.
Now, Scott, when you're adding this the bets up, we get the return of the bets, the money.
Yeah, I put it in.
placed
I put it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I put it into a calculator that does American. So you just put your bet in, and it tells you, and it asks you, what is it? Is it minus 105, 115, whatever? Then it tells you the total at the bottom of it. So that's what I'm going off.
We need to get Scotty a poker dealer's hat, one of those green visors.
A visor at the front.
Right.
I'm not kidding. We need to put him in a leather jacket, and get him
one of those
so
leather.
He's the bookie, the bookie outfit.
Put one of these here on, Scotty. I got to put this on the back of your head.
Maybe I need one of them.
Put the white
Maybe
card, like a white card in the on the brim or in the.
Now you're confusing him with reporters.
Same thing.
Not really. Well,
No, you go to a horse track. They have them out there like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Start doing all the hand motions.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, the Big Embossed Book, see? It's completely legal, officer, I swear. We didn't write anything down.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, we're in week 5, everyone.
That's
We
right.
are.
Oh, yes.
Already.
So you made a parlay last week, did you? Oh.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Are we ready?
All right, so we are ready for week 5.
John, it looks though genuinely like you are the overs king at the minute. I don't know how every bet you won was on overs, pretty much, apart from obviously a couple of. I mean, the one that stood out for me there was the Jamar Chase, Brown, and Hubbard. Great shout. I mean,
The
yeah,
Chase
fair
Brown
play.
was the one that I was kind of leery about, but I haven't been convinced with Zach Moss. You
And
got
I tell you,
to, dude. You beat me
There was a
on
few
that
that were
trade.
close. There was a few that were close as well. Like you You know, like you went Nico Collins and Travis Etienne. Etienne fumbled, obviously, right on the goal line.
Yeah.
And then you've got like even Jessy was close on one as well here. Mike Evans and a Barkley anytime. Fucking Barkley was like 4 yards off, and you're like, really? If they come in, you're like, yeah, I've smashed it out of the park. But it is what it is.
We're happy with that. Fuck's sake, Juan Barkley.
All right, well, we're going to London first.
London,
everybody.
2:30 kickoff for me, my time. 9:30 your time, boys. I think.
Are they at Wembley or are they at Tottenham?
It's at Tottenham. This one.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Vikings are a 2.5 point favorite. They are technically the home team, even though it's in London. The over/under is 40.5. The Jets are having a little bit of trouble this year scoring some points.
Yeah, they are.
It was a difficult game to watch, to say the least, last week. Aaron Rodgers and company could not get it going against the Denver Broncos. The Broncos got a great defense, guys. That's something to watch out for this year, even though their offense sucks a fat one.
Yes, it does.
Fucking Sam Darnold, guys. Sam freaking Darnold. If you had to call the MVP today, who would you give it to?
Oh wow! He'd have to be really high up on the consideration. And me, I'm somebody that made fun of him since the day he was born. Yeah. But hey, you know what? Never let it be said that I'm one of these fools that'll stand on something when it's right in front of my face that I'm dead wrong. And at least for right now, he would have to be probably your MVP. They're 4-0.
I think so too. What about you, Scotty? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Darnold's right up there. I think it doesn't make a difference who's obviously in that quarterback conversation for the Vikings at the minute. It's just proves that he's a great head coach, and that's it. And they've got weapons in. It seems like Justin Jefferson's doing the job for them as well out there. They've got a very, very good defense.
Awesome.
The defense is ridiculous.
Their defense is very opportunistic, but they've got Aaron Jones is doing well for them, and he's spreading the ball around. Addison is catching passes. He's back now.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, Darnold has to be at least at this point. So here's what I would ask if I'm the Vikings. What was the guy they drafted that was doing so well in his first preseason game?
J.J. McCarthy, yeah.
J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
All right, so Darnold's only on a 1-year contract. What if Darnold, lo and behold, somehow takes this Vikings to some serious fucking heights? What do you do then?
Listen, I think you still have to go J.J. because you're going to have to. Darnold's going to want a huge contract.
Well, he does have a big fucking head. He might want to buy a new hat.
That's true. Darnold's going to want a top dollar contract. Probably at least top 10 in the league quarterback contract, and you got a guy waiting in your rings that you still have control with, 4 more years of control. You're going to go J.J. McCarthy. I don't see a way that they keep Darnold. I really don't.
See, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think if they do get to the playoffs and they get, fairly deep into the playoffs, I still think that you could probably take Darnold on a 2-year deal, probably around about $15 million a year.
You're going to have teams like Carolina might even want fucking Darnold back. I mean,
they might do.
It's
Tennessee.
There's always teams that
the Giants
need quarterbacks. Yeah. So
Giants
if I was
are going to have a
Darnold,
high enough pick, they'll pick one.
If I was Darnold, I'd go cash in.
He should. And, that's just the thing. When you're saying that Sam Darnold is going to command top 10 money, damn.
Yeah.
For one season. And, I mean, one season, let's just, we're extrapolating right now. Let's say he does get him, 11-6 or whatever it would take. And, oh, shit, Penn State, baby, let's go. Oh, smack him in the face. Oh, sorry. Big play down the middle of the field there with a flag. I lost my train of thought because I'm watching the game and I'm trying to think.
So I'm saying about top.
Sorry.
Sometimes I look at this and I think to myself, if you are Sam Darnold, you found yourself a home. You're playing in a good offense. You're used to this scheme. Look at Baker Mayfield. Everybody wrote Baker Mayfield off, and he's doing a good job in Tampa Bay. That is his home as a starter now. But I don't think Darnold necessarily would he do better elsewhere?
I don't know. See, that's the thing. Mayfield did some things with Cleveland.
They paid Mayfield, didn't they?
They did. They paid for him this year. But then when he went to Carolina, was it at Carolina? He didn't really get a chance.
He went to Carolina. He was
terrible. He went to the Rams, and within like a day,
really well.
He overnight. He literally he got there, and then 2 days later, he was in Monday Night Football, and he had a great fucking game.
I know.
All right, so he can play. Darnold had unbelievably bad seasons with the Jets. It's just unbelievably bad.
It was an unbelievably bad team too.
Everything was bad.
As well.
Sure, but when he's out there, I'm seeing ghosts. That's him, right? And you could see it in everywhere else that he went. He never really could step up. But now all of a sudden, sometimes you take a change of scenery and then another change of scenery and then another change of scenery and you found your home. I think if he's cashing in for top 10, hey, if he can get it, go for it. That's what I say.
Maybe.
But I'm wondering whether the Vikings pay it. They can keep McCarthy for cheap for the next 2 years. But then they got to make a decision on him.
So anyway.
I don't like this game. I don't like this line. I'm
like
staying away from it. I'm going to pick the Vikings to barely win, but it would not shock me if the Jets pull this out. It's one of those weird games. It's in London. Their time schedule's all screwed up. And these games, in Europe tend to be kind of ugly. So this could be a lower scoring 13 to 16 or 17 type of game. It could go either way to me. But I'm going to pick the Vikings to stay hot.
Most of the time, these games are ugly because they're trying to relate to the home crowd. So they put on those funny-looking teeth, while they're walking. They wear mouthpieces that make their teeth look like they're all over the damn place. Look, I tell you what, I think the Vikings.
I believe Jefferson has been paid.
So. Massive deal. It's like $30 million a year, wasn't it? It's the highest ever wide receiver money.
There you go. I'm taking the Vikings in a big one here. I'm going to give those 2.5 points. I'm going to put $100 down on it, and I'm putting another $50 down on the over on this game. The Jets cannot protect Aaron Rodgers. The freaking Broncos defense is good, and I mean they were in that backfield all day last week, man. They were all over Aaron Rodgers. I think the Vikings defense is damn fucking good, and the big difference with the Vikings defense as opposed to the Broncos defense is that the Vikings will snatch that ball away. They'll take it. So yeah, I can see the Vikings running away with this one. They've got a definite advantage in that so far the Jets' quote-unquote weapons have been removed from their games. They've been taken completely out of their games, and I like the Vikings defense to be able to do that again. So yeah, there it is. Vikings minus 2.5 for 150 on the over.
Got it. I'm going to take the Vikings in this game purely and simply because the Vikings don't tend to lose in London. I think this is their third game that they've played out here. They got a doink where it bounced off the crossbar and in, if I remember rightly. So with Kirk a couple of years ago, or it might be last year. I can't remember when it was. But yeah, I think they've had 3 games out here and they've won all of them. So they don't tend to lose over here. So that's a weird line because it's in London. I don't want to bet on it, but I'm going to take Minnesota for the win. Max has also took Minnesota for the win.
That Vikings winning streak in London goes back to the 1400s, doesn't it?
I think it probably does, mate, to be fair. Yeah, when the Jorvik was the capital of England. Yeah.
Right. All right. I do have a parlay on this one that I want to put down. I want to put down an anytime touchdown for Justin Jefferson, which is easy, but I'm also going to attack Braylon Allen onto that. And I'm going to put 50 on that. So 1 for Braylon Allen and at least 1 for Justin Jefferson.
Right, I've got that.
That dude Braylon Allen is a badass.
That'd be 298.
298 return, including stake, or is that excluding?
That's that it doesn't include the stake.
Tell you what.
Yeah, none of this. When I put it out, it doesn't include the overall.
Got you.
So you add 50 to it.
So you got 298 plus the 50. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Baltimore and Cincinnati, next one, John.
All right, Baltimore and Cincinnati. Okay, well, there we go.
Yeah, we got 2.5. Ravens favored by 2.5. So they are the road favorites. Over under is 48.5. I think this is going to be a shootout, guys.
So does everybody.
Lots of offense, lots of good offense in this game. Chase, I think Zay Flowers goes off in this game. This is the Zay Flowers 3 touchdown game right here. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
That's what I want, really. But these fucking dogs need to shut the fuck up before I murder them. Yeah, I got the Ravens. I got the Ravens stay on fire. But I do think this is going to be a high scoring game, and I'm gonna go 25 on the over.
Okay.
Scott with the pencil. It just
I've got you.
kills me.
It's
every-
okay. Go ahead.
All right.
Got a pen.
Oh, he's got a pen. There we go. He is confident in what he's writing down. All right, I'm taking the Ravens, and I'm also going to lay those 2.5 points, and I'm going to put $50 down on that. They're going to just put the Bengals are struggling right now. I don't know that necessarily they're a struggling team. They can move the ball, but they are struggling with wins. Man, they are 1-3. So I think that they've kind of run up against a situation here where Derrick Henry is hot. That dude is saying nobody can tackle me again, and not only can you not tackle me, but you can't catch me. I'm going 97 yards. So I can see that happening again to the Bengals. We saw Brian Robinson run all over them, right? We saw Chuba Hubbard had a good day against him. And I'm seeing that the Ravens with their two backs, Justice Hill and the King, man, I think they're going to both have a big day. Justice Hill, I think, will catch a touchdown pass. As a matter of fact, I'm putting 50 down on the Ravens, minus 2.5. Yep. I'm going to put 50 down on the over in this game. And I'm going to put 25 down on a Justice Hill anytime touchdown.
Justice Hill.
25,
Jesus.
yeah.
That's
Hey, I don't want to go
plus
heavy on it.
330.
There you go. I don't want to go heavy on it.
I do got a parlay in this game.
Right, okay.
Scott
Yeah,
has a
go ahead,
cramp
Jessy.
after every episode.
I do, yeah. It's like, my hand. Yeah, good.
Henry, Chase, and Flowers.
Oh, okay.
50 will give me 444.
444 plus stake. And it was Henry, Flowers, and who? Chase.
Yep.
Yeah, you see, if you take the Flowers bit off there, what are you left with? Just them two. So Henry and Chase.
That'd be plus 247. 50 would win you 124.
So it only win you 50 would win you 124. Okay, so I'm going to put 100 on that. Just to Chase and Henry anytime TD. Myself, I'm laying these points. Baltimore are going to absolutely boat race the Bengals for me. I don't think it's going to be close at all. I think it's going to be a complete washout. I think Baltimore were fantastic last week against the Bills. The Bills looked absolutely lost by the time it got to the third quarter. Josh Allen was just trying to throw anything he could downfield and hope for the best. I'm laying them points and putting 100 on it as well. So yeah,
Canada Mike is going the opposite way of
the opposite
everybody.
way. Bengals by three.
Bengals by 3.
Wow, well, good for him.
That's just what we need. The Ravens be pissed off for us to come into Baltimore.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
All right, we got this game's a little bit more interesting than to me at least than to probably many people would expect. We got the Panthers going to Chicago. Chicago is a 3.5-point favorite. The over/under is 41.5. The Bears got a win last week. It still wasn't pretty. They got a decent defense, but Andy Dalton is cooking for the Panthers this year.
He is. He's doing well, but he seems to have dropped off last week. So I don't know if it's
a little bit, but if
he's coming back down to earth or not. And the Bears are unbeaten at home in the Caleb Williams era. So
yeah,
the Caleb Williams era.
I'm gonna go with the Bears, but man, something tells me these Panthers are gonna pull it out.
Wow, John, what's your thoughts on this game?
I'm going to pick the Panthers. I'm going to take the 3.5 points. Yeah, I'm taking the Panthers in 3.5 points. I'll put 50 down on that just for grins. Just for grins. I mean, if I'm going to pick them to win, you might as well take the points. But yeah, I like the way Andy Dalton is playing. I think he's got good weapons. The Bears had a bit of a coming out party last week for DeAndre Swift, who I believe he's under investigation for some crime in Philadelphia. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I keep wondering what's going to happen with him. And they got another back, Roshan Johnson, who also had a bit of a coming out last week. So, what the Bears did last week was they said, okay, we're going to take the ball out of Finger Polish's hands, and we're going to put it into the back's hands, and we're going to run the football. Their defense has been pretty opportunistic, I want to say, taking away the football. But I think that Andy Dalton, man, the Red Rifle, he's hot right now. I think that he's a savvy veteran enough to try to stay away from turnovers like that. And, yeah, give me the Panthers with the road win, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chicago Bears in this game. I just don't think that the Panthers have got enough at the moment to do this. They are, as you said, they are looking better since they benched Bryce Young. But, give me the Bears.
You know, I don't want to cast any aspersions or anything like that, but Eberflus in Swiss means dirty diaper. Did you know that? Thirsty the Eberflus. No. That means change the baby.
Eberflus.
Yeah,
exactly. Next game's game of the week by the looks of it, I think. Game of the week. Come on. All of the 10 people who may be watching this on TV.
Hey, for those folks that are in our Yanks versus Wanks league, I do have Tyreek Hill on the trading block, and
no one wants Tyreek Hill because no one's throwing him the ball.
I'll tell you, you know, I saw a couple of statistics this week that were rather interesting. Tyler Huntley averages on his career. Now, it's not been too many. He hasn't been a starter anywhere, but when he's played, he's averaged more than 30 pass attempts a game. So he's capable of trying. They're going to try to push the ball down.
He just can't run this offense that's made for Tua. It's a quick offense, and he just came into it and he looked hopeless. And they're going with him again. So
they should go with him again.
I don't know.
They've got to break the streak soon, and I've got Raheem Mostert on the boards too.
Agreed, Peter. This is 10 points too high on the over/under. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here.
If it was 30, I might give it a tickle, but 35.
I'm going Patriots this game.
I am too. I am too.
It's just
in New England as well.
And also, New England's defense is good. I think Christian Gonzalez is going to lock up Tyreek Hill.
And Jalen Waddle has the opportunities, but no, he's not locking him.
This is a bad game.
It's a terrible game. This is a terrible game.
We can't. Let's not spend more time than we need to on this.
John, what are you doing?
I'm taking the Dolphins in this game to win, but I'm not going with anything on it.
Are you going with Tyreek touchdown?
Max, I keep forgetting. I apologize.
No, as a matter of fact, I was thinking about the under.
Max, I apologize for not giving your results. You went with the Baltimore win and a Chicago win, and you also picked New England. I think you and Jessy are picking New England. John, you're on Miami.
Yep, and fuck it, I'm putting 25 on the under. This game's going to be like 20-13, and I'm going to go, yay.
Now, this is a good game.
This is a good game and an interesting spread.
Yeah. Bills at Texans, over-under 47.5. The Texans are favored by 1.5. Give me the Bills money line, 100 on it.
You love the Bills. You love the Bills.
Bills and Lions are my team. I probably will not bet against them all year round.
He likes the Jimmies and the Eddies, too.
Yeah. I see what you did there, John.
It's hard not to take the Bills with this spread, the Texans 1.5. I mean, you know, I get it that the Texans at home
aren't playing as good as they were last year either.
They're not.
They should have got beat last week by the Jags. Genuinely, the Jags snatched a win from a defeat from the jaws of a win. It was wild. I don't know how CJ Stroud pulled it out of the bag with like 90 seconds to go, but it was inevitable by the time it got there. But they were never even in this game. And now
look at Scotty telling me about the Jags.
No, it's true.
His
though,
wife's
but
probably listening right now.
I watched it because it was early. It was one of the early games, so I watched parts of it. But the Texans were not brilliant at all, and lots of penalties as well from the offensive line.
You know what he said, Jesse? Oh, that Trevor Lawrence is looking good out there, hon.
No, he is not. That is something he is not doing. Definitely not.
The Bills Mafia is probably one of the most gracious fan bases in the entire NFL. They have been shit on for so long. Yeah. They, in the Jim Kelly years, they were so close and they were snatched so many times, 4 fucking years in a row. But they're great fans. I've never met a shithead Bills Mafia fan.
And not only that, dude, but I'll tell you this.
He only says that because he lives in Toronto. That's why. So, it's just over the corner, isn't it?
It's about a couple hundred miles. But like the fact of the matter is, when a player gets hurt playing against them, they flood that person's freaking charity.
Yeah.
Whatever charity
really
they have,
good.
they flood that person's charity with money. They're classy people. I mean, they're crazy as shit.
Sure.
Throwing each other off of trucks down onto tables and shit. That's nuts.
Yeah,
What do you?
I think
I'm
they're
amazed none of
great
them end up in a
fans.
body cast. But yeah, they're great fans. So to me, I think this is that line that Vegas is looking at, saying, I think everybody's going to jump the Bills on this one. They know something. So I'm going the other way. Give me the Texans. Drop those 1.5 points. Put $50 down on it, and I'm putting another 50 on the over.
Right.
I'd like a
Max
parlay.
Max went with you with Houston, and he hasn't put anything else on it. So 50 on the Texans plus the points. You're giving the points even. Giving points. And you went 50 on the over as well, yeah?
Yes, and I have a parlay. I have a nice big parlay. I'm going to put $100 on this parlay.
Wow.
Nico Collins, James Cook, and for a revenge touchdown, Stephon Diggs, all three anytime touchdown.
Plus 1059. Yeah. Will get you $1,059.
That is.
Filet mignon next week, boys.
Yeah, that's a good parlay. I actually like that, to be honest with you, them three. I think that's it. I think that's very doable.
This is going to be a freaking wing it up and down the field game. You'd almost want to throw somebody like Zakir in there because they are going to have to throw it up and down. And
He's out.
Oh, he's out because Allen likes him. So this might be the finally he's going to have to throw it to Keon Coleman.
Yeah, Keon Coleman scored
Samuel.
last week, I think. Well,
No.
that's interesting. I would either go Dawson Knox or Kincaid. They're also good options.
He says so, but he never bets. He's always, he's got it. We need to definitely get you the fucking visor. Oh, this is what I do, boys. Yeah. Drop your money right here. This is what I do.
Get you 4-1 on that.
Keep your eye on the ball here. It's just under the cup. Oh, touchdown, Penn State. Oh, excuse me. Field goal, Penn State.
All right, who we got next?
We've got
said Max went with the,
Indianapolis. He went with Houston. Indianapolis Colts against
this is
the
a
Jaguars.
This is the Jaguars. I don't give a shit about the game. Joe Flacco is under center again. Anthony Richardson is still out. I think the Colts are a lot better with Joe Flacco. Give me the Colts to outright win this game.
So you taking the money line, or you putting anything on it, or
Yeah, the money line. I'll do the money line. I'll put 50 on it.
50 money line. Okay. You putting anything on this one, John, at all, or are you just like nah?
I don't think I'm going to put anything on it, but hang on one second. I've got something I'm cooking here. Go ahead, Scott. You go first.
Yeah, no worries. So I am going to take the Jags for the win here. I'm going to lay them 3 points as well, and it's going to be a big $100 on this one. The only reason is, in 10 years, Indianapolis have not won at the Jags. The curse will still stay.
Not with
this
Joe
is their-
Flacco.
This is their first win of the season. So $100.
I don't think Canada Mike likes the Bills.
I don't think he does. No, I don't think he does. $100. Lay the points. Jags. Jags.
I'm with you. I'm with you with the Jags and the streak. And even though it is Joe Flacco, by the way, here's Joe Flacco.
That's what you were cooking with. I like that.
Look, let me go get that real quick. Nice picture of Joe Flacco. He's looking a little tired. But they're all beat up, man. The Colts are all beat up and hurt. They do have Jonathan Taylor. He gutted one out last week, but I think he's hurt too. He's beat up.
He's questionable. He's questionable game day decision. The same.
He's banged up. I'm taking the Jaguars in this just because history's on their side. They've had such bad luck, and Doug Peterson's going to get that one moment of reprieve where he thinks that line is going to hold, and he'll let him get pulled back on the ship before it snaps, and away he goes. By the way, that was an awesome scene in Master and Commander, Far Side of the World.
All right, we have a
One of my
West
favorite
Coast
movies.
matchup. The Arizona Cardinals and the 49ers. 49ers are favored by 7.5. Over under is 49.5.
Biggest line of the week. This isn't it as well.
Yeah, I
I don't like that line.
The 49ers they haven't been playing that well. Something's going on. I think they have a lot of injuries going on. So they're still going to win. I'm going to stay away from this line. I don't like this line either way. And the Cardinals have played well up until last week, where they got totally demolished in all three phases.
All three phases, the Commanders were kicking on offense, defense, and special teams, all three phases of the football game. I don't know which 49ers you're watching, but are you done with your bet?
Yeah.
All right, because last week I picked them, and I laid 10.5 points and won.
You did.
I'm going to lay 7.5 points this week against the hapless Cardinals. I'm going to put $100 down on that. The 49ers are going to win. 49.5, I'm not so sure of because I don't know about the Cardinals' ability to score. We held them to 2 touchdowns, and I think that the 49ers are better than us on defense. But look, man, even when they've been hurt, Brock Purdy had his best game when he didn't have George Kittle or Deebo Samuel. He found Jawan Jennings and said, let's go play.
Yeah.
Let's go play.
Brock Purdy's overrated.
He's overrated, but he keeps winning. You know, he keeps putting up the points, and Brandon Ayuk hasn't even really come out of his shell yet. He hasn't really gotten, I think, into game shape because he spent the whole time holding out. I could see him having a big day. Now they're all back. He's got Deebo, he's got Kittle, they're all back. So I am taking the 49ers in a big way. They might I don't know about 49.5. They might win 38-0. So I'm not touching.
Yeah. I'm not taking. I'm with you, Jesse. I don't like that line at all. It's a bit too high. If it was 5, I'd probably say, yeah, I could take that. But San Francisco will win this game though. No problem.
I think the Cardinals are better than what they put on display last week too. All around.
I'm gonna have to get some chicken sound effects.
Yeah, maybe.
What did Max? What did Max?
Oh, Max went Max went San Francisco as well. So.
All right. All right, we got the Raiders and the Broncos. Broncos are at home. They're favored by 2.5. Over under is 35.5. The Raiders are just about done. The Broncos are hanging in there because of their defense. They can't do nothing on offense. If anything, I'm going to take the under in this and put 50 on it. But I guess I'm going to pick the Broncos to win.
50 on the end. Now the Raiders did win last week against the Browns, didn't they? They just about
barely,
did it. But it was terrible offense.
Yeah.
I think something like how many points did the Broncos score? It was ridiculous.
It was like 13 to
the Broncos
9
played in that big rainstorm too.
Yeah, against the Jets.
Yeah, they did. It was against the Jets. You're right. So let's look back at that a second. Denver. What actually was the score? It's the only one I haven't got the score.
It was something.
Denver and the Jets.
I think it was like 13 to 9 or something.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't think the Jets scored a touchdown. But the fact of the matter was, like I said, I had an eye on that game. I do like the 4 box that the YouTube TV gives me, or the whatever I have gives me. But I like that. So I had an eye on that. And man, they were in the backfield every fucking play. The Broncos defense, I think, is legit. They were all over.
Yeah, I do believe that.
They were all over the Jets. The Jets are supposedly a better offensive line. The fact of the matter is they probably could have run away with this game if Bo Nix could hit the broadside of a fucking barn. And I'm not kidding. Holy shit. Sometimes he's throwing the ball, and it's like everybody just stops and goes like this. And they just watch where it's like a UFO went over. Everybody's like, whoa, where the fuck is that going? Because it's nowhere near anybody. But they have a running back. It's not Javonte Williams. What's this guy's name? I can't remember what his name is right off the top of my head. But they have a running back that was getting some openings in the second half of that game last week, especially right after the rain was done. The Broncos in the second half really kind of started to control the ball through the run. So, yeah, I'm taking them. I'm going to lay those, or I'm going to get those 2.5 points, or give those 2.5 points, excuse me. And I'm putting $50 down on them. And I think I'm going to go with you, Jesse, and put another 50 on the under.
Yeah, this screams a low-scoring game.
Hell yeah.
Peter, I do not believe for
Adams,
1 second we are going to be in the Devontae Adams sweepstakes.
Nope.
No, me neither.
We better not be. I mean, if we want to spend capital on a frickin' player to try to get us
it's
over
got
the
to be on
hump.
the defense.
Yep, you need a cornerback. Jessy, you made some excellent points yesterday on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast about the Browns and their possibilities that they might be able to move some of those cornerbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Those were some great points. And if you haven't watched the Bleeding Burgundy podcast from yesterday, you missed it. So you should go and watch it because we had all kinds of fun shit, including a bunch of butt plug songs for Deshaun Watson, which I thought was.
So on this one then, which we're on. Max went Las Vegas for the win. Yeah, I'm taking Denver, and with you, I'm not putting any money on this whatsoever. I've got no idea what could happen here. It could be good. It could be, who knows? Is it McLaughlin, that running back that you were talking about?
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah,
I do know who you're about. There you go, but yeah, not for me.
There you go. All right, we have the Giants traveling across country to take on the red hot Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are playing really good right now, guys. Seahawks are favored by 6.5. Over under is 42.5. And give me Geno Smith and the Seahawks offense to win by 10. I think this could get ugly for the Giants. So I'm going to lay those points.
Yep.
And I'm going to put 100 on that.
Me too. You know what?
Same as me.
I'll give you my impression of the Giants huddle. God dang, it's loud in here. Fucking Daniel Jones. Yes,
And
I
Mike
agree with Mike.
believes that they're going to win by 157 points, and
I think he's right.
Be, correct.
I'm going to take those Seahawks. I'm going to drop those 6.5 points. I'm going to put $50 on it. I'm not touching the over-under because I don't think the Giants are going to do very well at all. Dude, Kenneth Walker scored 3 times last week. DK Metcalf is having a resurgent season. Lockett hasn't even been really necessary, but they have JSN has really turned out. So, yeah, man, who doesn't like them? And Noah Fant hasn't really shown up for him yet, and he's about due to start popping in there. Geno Smith is playing lights-out football. Fucking A. This is one of those games that if the Giants do pull off an upset, I'll laugh my head off because I just can't see it happening.
No.
So Max in this game went with Seattle as well, but he hasn't put anything on this game. I am going with Seattle. This is my biggest bet of the week. I am putting 200 and laying them points. I think Seattle will absolutely destroy the Giants. This could get ugly very, very easy. This could be a 17-point win for them.
You blew it right off the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Max is down in the Keys right now, snorkeling with fucking...
I'm just going to go back to Max's bets there. He went on Caleb Williams under 215.5 passing yards. He put 50 on that.
He could put that on for the month of October and probably win.
I know. He's probably right. He's probably right. So we're on the Packers and the Rams.
Packers and Rams.
Max is snorkeling with fucking Barracuda today.
Nice. Packers are favored by 3. Over under is 48.5. And this is kind of we know the Rams are beat up right now, but they still can score.
They didn't
Matt
score
Stafford's
shit last week.
No,
did
they didn't, but they can. Matt Stafford's still a great quarterback. You have Kyron Williams, who's a fantastic running back. And then you have Jordan Love that came back from his knee injury and just did not look good at all.
He looked terrible.
Till the second half. He turned it on in the second half. They came through. He had 2 touchdown passes in the second. I think he had something like 240 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. Let me look him up. He wasn't terrible.
He didn't look good to the eye, though, that's for sure. I remember watching bits of this game on Red Zone going, ooh, okay, ooh. Which I know Red Zone doesn't give you the feel for the game. I completely get that, but that's what I want to see.
I'm not really into
I still
the
like
short,
the Packers
short
in this
dreadlocks.
game.
So
Barely. I barely like the Packers in this game. I'm going to stay away from putting any money down on it, though.
Are you taking the Packers for the win, though?
Yeah. I don't feel good about it, though.
yeah, they lost by 2 points, even though they were down by freaking 4 scores at halftime. So I'm looking at this here. Love threw for fucking 389 yards and 4 touchdowns last week. Yeah, I'm telling you what.
It's all they did was throw the ball, though.
They had no choice.
Yeah.
Point being
they're
is
getting fucking mollywopped.
they were down 28-0 at halftime. They had to, but he was able to, which is why I'm starting him this week in our league instead of Baker Mayfield. Who?
So are you taking the Rams then?
No, I'm not taking the Rams. I'm not even gonna. No, I'm not. I'm taking the Packers. I'm gonna lay those 3 points. I'm not gonna put any money down on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 48.5 sounds about right. I'm not touching this game in any way. You gotta get someplace to be.
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
Max went for LA Rams, and I have also gone with the Rams. I think the Rams will win this game. I just didn't look the look of Jordan Love. I don't know what it was. He's not fit.
I'm telling you, it's the little tiny dreadlocks. I don't like that look at all. I think it kind of makes a guy look like somebody jumped soup on his head.
Didn't he wear a Brett Favre jersey as well?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that didn't help his image whatsoever.
No.
All right,
Brett
we have
Favre.
the Cowboys and the
Nothing.
Steelers. Steelers at home. Steelers are also favored by 2.5. The over/under is 43.5. And boy, do I want the Steelers. These are two teams that I hate most in the NFL playing against each other. But I want the Steelers to win. Obviously, we would like the Steelers to win. I just don't think they're going to win. I don't think the Steelers are nearly as good as their record. I'm not a Justin Fields believer whatsoever. They have a good defense, or at least a good defensive line, and they have a great coach. Other than that, I don't think they got shit. Give me the Cowboys to win this game.
Najee Harris has been playing pretty good. I do think their defense is playing pretty good. And Justin Fields played pretty well last week, in fact. And anybody who's asking me why I got just a black helmet on there, it's because the goddamn Steelers have been in the league since the frickin' beginning and still can't afford to put a decal on the other side of their helmet. So, if I were to just flip the helmet around, the name on it would be backwards, and then some idiot would go, "This podcast, they don't even bother to spell the name right." So, fuck you. That's what the Steelers helmet looks like if you turn it around the other way. I'm going to go ahead and take the Steelers, and I'm not going to put anything down on this. I will take the under for $50. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not touching that. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
No. Don't write it down.
So Max also went with Pittsburgh, and I have also gone with Pittsburgh in this game. I think that the Dallas injuries are going to catch up with them. Lawrence's injury, and I can't remember who else is injured. They've got a fair few injuries out there, and Zeke's not doing anything at all on this team. So yeah.
Damn, Scott, I thought you had my
Pittsburgh.
back. You made me
Parsons
all
is hurt.
alone. I'm all by myself.
You'll be fine. Lone wolf, and sometimes the lone wolf wins, but I hope not.
Not when they're singing Harry Nilsson. Or no, who was that? That wasn't Harry Nilsson, was it?
I have no idea.
Who sang All By Myself? I don't know.
I think that was.
All right,
right.
Saints. And I know that all these 54 people that are listening to the podcast want to hear me sing, but
That's why they're here, dude.
Saints are 5.5 dogs to the Kansas City Chiefs. And the weird thing about the Chiefs, man, this year, and going back and thinking about this team, is they win all the time, but they never win big.
Nope.
They never win comfortably.
They fill the pram, right, Scott?
That's it. That's about it. That's all they can do. Yeah, they can get it to work, and that's about it. Yeah, it's not wrong. You're not wrong.
We're just here to get ours and see you later.
I got the Chiefs win, but I got the Saints covering. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Chiefs going to win by 3. So
Okay.
I'm gonna put 25 on Saints covering, but Chiefs will win. And I'm thinking about going over too. I want 50 on the over. 43.5. Yeah.
All right. First thing I'm going to start off with is a parlay.
2 seconds.
Okay.
So 50 on the over, Jesse. Correct.
Yep. Yeah. What the hell is she talking about?
Right, go ahead. What's your parlay, John?
I want an Alvin Kamara touchdown, and I want a
Big Simp in the house.
a Kelsey touchdown. He's going to step out of it this week. What's up, Simple? Coach Simple here.
Coach Simple himself, the main man.
He is the man.
John. I've got that there. What would a Kamara and a Kelsey touchdown anytime get, John, then, Jesse?
Kamara and Kelsey.
Not
That's
Kamala. She ain't scoring.
She ain't scoring. well,
She's not playing.
I think I might want to put a prop bet on this one too. Kamara,
Okay.
Kelsey, for how much? 50.
yeah.
That'd be plus 360 and would win you $180.
180 plus stick.
Fucking dogs.
Jesse, you want to do a parlay here as well?
Yeah, I do. I want to do a Kamara, a Worthy, and a Chris Olave touchdown would be plus 15-12, and 50 will win me 756.
That is actually a very good bet, I think. I like that.
All right, I haven't really actually picked this game yet. I'm picking
No,
the
you
Chiefs.
haven't. No, go ahead.
I'm picking the Chiefs, and I'm with Jesse on this. I don't think this is going to be a very high-scoring game. I can see it being something like 23-17. Although that would go against exactly what I'm about to say, because I am going to take the Saints to cover, and I'm going to put $50 down on that. I'm also going to put $50 down on the over, but not by much.
Over in the New Orleans.
I can see this game being like a 26-23 type game.
And John, you're going with 50 for New Orleans to cover. Yeah, Max went with Kansas City, and I'm also going with Kansas City. I have no idea. It's Celine Dion sang it, and Eric Cartman sang it.
Eric Carmen sang it. Celine Dion covered it.
There we go.
Indeed, we are.
All right, game of the week.
Game of the week. This is it, boys.
Game of the week.
Here it is.
This is it.
It's time for the game of the week.
Game of the week. We got the Cleveland Browns coming into Landover, Maryland to play the Washington Commanders. Over under is 43.5. Commanders are favored by 3. That is down a half a point from earlier on in the week, which was 3.5. So more money is coming in on the Commanders, I think.
87% of bets are on the Commanders this week. So it's the largest share out of the NFL on any team.
That scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, but that has no bearing on the game. Though.
It does.
No, I know.
To me.
It does not.
Because Vegas wants the Browns to win this game.
Well, yeah, because they're going to make money if the Browns win. By the way, the Browns did bring their own bench to the stadium. I don't know if that
I can see where Deshaun sits there.
Yeah, I was about to say, can anybody guess where Deshaun sits?
Yeah, they call that the stinky
Wow.
end.
You know, this game, it scares the shit out of me. I think the Browns are a lot better than their record. They are like 4 plays away from being 3-1. They've got some bad breaks from the season so far from the refs. And I think this defense is legit. This is going to be I think this defense is even better than Tampa's defense that we played in week 1. This is going to be a low-scoring game. One thing we know about the Browns is they have trouble scoring, but we know this about our defense is we have trouble stopping teams from scoring. I think this is going to be a 23-19 type of game. Something like that, and I'm going with the Browns to win.
You sound like what's her name on
Browns to
NFL Network with the big nose. It's 23-15. What's her name? She's always 23.
I know you're on about.
She's always
23-19 or something random scoreline. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
where do you come up with
it?
this? Cynthia Freeland or whatever. her name is.
Cynthia Freeland. That's it. Cynthia Freeland. Yeah, well done, John.
All right.
I agree with you, Peter.
Can you read that? Can you read this as the way Peter would say it? In where is he from? Cornwall? What do you
He's
say?
from Bristol.
Bristol. All right,
He said, "This screen trap game to me coming off the Cardinals' revenge game, and with Ravens next week, I think we'll be winning it, but it won't be easy watch." That's my terrible Brizzle accent. So sorry about that.
Yeah, that was terrible. All you people in Bristol should beat the shit out of
cheers.
Stan. Yeah.
No, Bristol's quite a long way away. Thank God.
Dude,
I like
no
Bristolians.
place in your country is quite a long way away. I mean,
That's true.
Get in the car, you're there soon enough. All right.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I hate betting on my team. I'm going to put the Commanders. I'm going to lay the 3. I'm not betting on them because if I bet on them, I curse them. But I am going to take the over in the game for $50. I can see us winning something like 31-24. This does have the feelings of a trap game because they do have talent. They have talent on both sides of the football. And it's just a matter of we've got to take care of our business on offense. Just go out there like it's any other work day and do your thing. This is where I'm most interested. I want to see if they have been listening to themselves while the national media has been fawning all over them this week. I want to see if that's affected them at all. I like this coaching staff. I've said all along, this is where my belief is coming from. And I think this coaching staff and Jaden Daniels, with his clear head, can keep them on track. Defensively, you got to step up and keep doing what you're doing. 4 sacks last week, that was good. Force a turnover or 2 in this game, and this team will roll over and die. Deshaun Watson's been hit 49 times, and at least, since the beginning of the season, I'd say at least 110 times from behind.
Probably.
So give me the Commanders.
I am. Max has picked the Commanders for the win. I am taking Cleveland for the win, not because I want to, because my heart and my head says we will win this game. I still think we're going to win this game, but on paper, I don't ever put us down as winning. So Browns to win this game.
Okay, Browns to win the game. Okay, I've been trying.
Brian Robinson isn't even in the props right now. He's truly a game time decision. Big Simple has us 30-16.
I think I was.
Man, there's a lot of confidence in this team right now that I just don't. I don't think we've earned it quite yet.
The thing about is that the Browns have earned what we feel about them. I think I'm going to change this background a little bit because I want to do something real. I want to play this that we had yesterday, but well.
The abridged version.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll play the abridged version because I don't know where
it's
the bigger
one.
version
it's
is.
the one with the flagpole.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Hang on. Oh, wait. Well, here I'm going to play the whole dang on thing. Might as well. So here, this is world-renowned recording artist Harry Sphincter, who does have an exclusive with the Bleeding Burgundy podcast for all his album releases, and this is his new upcoming album, Cleveland Quarterback Blues. So. Mr. Hamster, you up inside my ass. Oh, Mr. Hamster, all up inside my ass. You better stop your running round. I'm on TV and I got to throw a pass. Turn it up. You own it all along.
I quite like the jive of the beat of this. I can see myself on the highway bopping to this.
Special effects can make me sound like I can actually do something. Not much.
Bit off key.
I got nowhere to go. So work it nice and slow and stick it up my butt. Up my butt. Lick your finger, baby, lick your thumb. Lick your fingers, oh baby, lick your thumb. Ball your hand into a fist and stick it up my bum. I know you know me, my name gets around. I'm the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Now stick it in. Go on and get the Crisco. I like this one.
This is Jesse's favorite.
Go on and get the Crisco. I said go on and get the Crisco. That woman don't be no fool. Strap on this here dildo. Ride this Sean like a rented mule. My name is Watson and I play for the Browns. I like running, passing, and scoring touchdowns. Now here is something that I bet you don't know. I like sticking things up in my butthole. Yep. No matter what it is, I'm game for anything.
It's the end of this.
Get a candle, a salami from the fridge. Just warm it up, please. Oh, maybe just a smidge. A banana, a broomstick, even a flagpole. I like sticking things up my butthole. Go Browns! Thanks for all the money. Yep. So there he is. That's let me see. How do I get rid of this thing? Let's throw him out. That's how you do it. Okay, so there you go. Harry Sphincter. world-renowned recording artist exclusive to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. Please, you can buy all his albums at whatever record stores and CD stores that you still might frequent in your neighborhood. So please, go right ahead. Harry Sphincter. He's ours. He's fantastic. There you go. All right, well, I think that's the show. We got anything left?
I don't think so. Thanks for all the money. Go
Thanks
Browns.
for the money. Go Browns. If I told you that I just put that music on and just started singing and that's what came out, I had to write it down after I sang it, but that was like one take. I just did that and I was like, okay, that's good. I'm going to go with that. All righty. So, yeah, people think that, oh, shit, this shit takes all kinds of time. No, that was like, I did that yesterday while I was getting ready to come to the show. All right, then we will be back tomorrow afternoon, directly after the football game, to no matter what condition we're in, whether it's a win or it's a loss, some combination of either us from the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, the 1 Point Safety Show, or the Bunker podcast are going to be here to discuss, what we saw in the football game. So you'll get to hear Scotty trying to be quiet. Well, no, it won't be too late.
It won't be too late then. It
won't be too late. Yeah. Usually Scotty's trying to, not get mollywopped in the head by his wife for being too loud after the football game. We'll get to hear Jessy in the truck driving home.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's right. We'll get Scouse to come in and tell us what he thought was shite.
Yeah, but he'll be in the dark, so don't worry about that.
Scouse, it won't be will it be dark? Yeah, he'll be in the dark, which really makes me wonder just what the hell's going on. I start hearing sounds, but I can't do it with hair on my face. And I think we might see even Andy Burrows. You never know.
Possibly. Who knows?
Quite possibly. Andy's probably still mad at me for cracking jokes about his teeth last week. Whatever. I kind of was ashamed of myself when I said that, but out it came. No, I know. Andy's a good guy. All right, then we will see you guys. Go ahead and put the music on. Where's our damn music?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. Here, we'll just we'll use this here. We'll just.
Big Simple, what a guy! There you go,
dude, love that. Dude.
When he's dancing, we need another red zone lock dance, Coach Simple. Right. We need to see you flexing your moves post win tomorrow.
All right then. Well then, come on, let this thing load up. Man, everything is running slow on this show. So there's our play out music. See us tomorrow afternoon after the football game. Let's hope we get a big win for the Commanders. Go Commanders! I would really like to see Jessy moan and cry and be nervous and all season. Could be the game we finally lose. I don't know. Let's keep going. Keep putting him on the hot seat. So till then, we'll see you.
You're on mute.